Hey guys, how are you all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic, and welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I'm wearing my Santa hat. I wanted to do that for a very long time, but I couldn't find a Santa hat, weirdly. Now, apologies if I'm shouting, but this is kind of muffling my ears a little bit because it's covering my ears, so I sound like I'm in a tunnel. But anyway, this is kind of my Christmas get-up, I guess. But yeah, so today what we're going to be doing is reviewing, if you read the title, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Now, coming into this movie, I heard it did amazing on Rotten Tomatoes, which, again, I don't trust them at all. I don't care. But I was like, you know what? This is like one of the only movies that I would like that they're going to like. Probably. And I came out of this movie loving it. The critics, for once, are actually right. This movie's amazing. Basically in every way. There's really nothing that I can say is terrible or bad in this film. It starts out with, basically it's kind of like a multiverse movie, kind of. If you've seen the trailer, Miles Morales, Peter Porker, aka Spider-Ham, I'm trying to blank here, who else? Penny Parker, and then there's Spider-Man Noir. There's a bunch of others too. There's an end credit scene as well, so you need to stay for, there's two of them actually. You'll stay for both of those. But the bad guys, of course, Kingpin. Now, Kingpin is a foe of Spider-Man and Daredevil. Daredevil's not in this movie, though, so he's just the, Spider-Man villain for this film. But, yeah, I mean, first off, I just need to touch upon the animation, because, my God. I mean, I remember seeing this film back when I was in Holy Name, and I was in a class, and I was on the computer in my class, and my one friend's like, hey, I can't wait to go see this movie. I'm like, what is it? He's like, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. And I saw the trailer, and I was like, yeah, it looks alright, But we had to wait a year, and then it got postponed. And now finally it's out, and I finally got to see it, and I just got to say the animation is amazing. I mean, it's on par with, like, Tintin and all the three Lego movies. It's on par with those, because those are, in my opinion, the best animation out there. And this movie, it's up there, too. I mean, it just looks fantastic. Everything that they do, all the it kind of feels like a little bit like you're having a drug party, because you're like, what the heck's going on? Why are there all these colors everywhere? What? But at the end of the day, it really is a great looking film in every single way. I mean, shot for shot, it's just, there's stuff going everywhere. Again, it's like the Lego movies, right? I mean, and Laika and all those films, everything that just looks amazing, Tintin, whatever, it all just, everywhere you look, there's stuff, and it's really cool, and it's a blast to look at. I don't know, I wouldn't really say that it's, like, too chaotic at times, but it can be, but it's kinetic, and it's great, and it's amazing. So the animation is fantastic. Of course, the dialogue is great. This movie, the best thing I can really, like, kind of compare this to is DC, right? DC makes great animated films, but I think the best DC animated film of all time, as of yet, is the Lego Batman movie. That movie is golden for DC. And if you don't like it, that's fine. But in my eyes, the Lego Batman movie is the best DC film ever made. Animated. And kind of live action, too. But we'll get into that in the future. But in my eyes, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is kind of like the Marvel version of the Lego Batman movie, right? So you have Lego Batman movie, which is the best animated DC, and Spider-Man, which is my favorite animated Marvel movie so far. So everything, I mean, going back to the script, everything was really funny. Kind of like the Lego Batman movie. This movie is hilarious. Not as funny. This isn't really like an all-out comedy, but for sure this was easily one of the funniest Marvel movies of all time. I mean, Guardians is funny. The Deadpool films, including Once Upon a Deadpool and Venom, those are all really funny at times. But this movie, I think, was the best comedy because, yeah, it's rated PG. It's still not for little kids. But, all these jokes that go right over kids' heads and, some adults' heads, you really have to know a lot about Marvel to understand half these jokes. And I do. I know, like, a lot about Marvel and DC, but mostly Marvel. And so I got every joke. It was really funny. I was laughing out loud a lot. Super funny, and the script was great as well. So animation was great, script was great, the acting was also great. I don't know all the voice actors. They're not super familiar with me. But Nicolas Cage, I do know, is in this film as Spider-Man Noir, which is kind of funny because it's kind of ironic that his career, like, he really wanted to be Superman. That didn't work out. He was that one guy in Kick-Ass 2, I think. I didn't see that movie. I'll have to, though. He was kind of like a rip-off of Batman. And then, of course, in Teen Titans Go to the Movies, which I'll be reviewing soon whenever I get my chance to watch the Blu-ray for Christmas, he was Superman there. So that was just really funny. And, of course, he's Spider-Man Noir here. So he's really doing everything that he never got to do live-action-wise, which is kind of funny. But yeah, voice acting was on par. Hilarious, too. All these Spider-Man and Spider-Gwen and Spider-Woman, everyone, it's so funny. And the voice acting was great, top-notch. And then, of course, you get to the action scenes that are so crazy. Because of the animation, it's going everywhere. You know, like, there's a scene where the Prowler, if you know who Prowler is, one of my favorite, Prowler's fighting Miles, a.k.a., you know, Spider-Man, the African-American Spider-Man. And, you know, it's just, Prowler's, you know, in the house, you'll see it. And he's just ripping things apart, and it's just, the action scenes of this movie are just amazing. On top of the animation, it just flows perfectly. Of course, if you're worried about a certain cameo, not saying no, not saying yes. But yeah, guys, everything came together for this movie. Again, this is the Lego Batman movie of Marvel. I just love it. It's hilarious. It's action-packed. It's really funny. Everything came together in the end, and it had a great plot as well. I mean, basically, without getting into too much detail, Kingpin tries to bring together all the multiverses to bring people back for some reason. And you gotta watch the film. And just brings all these spider people together, and it's fantastic. It's really cool. But I am going to say this, Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, the video game, came out last year. That did it first. Just saying. That did it first. This movie did it second, but it did it just as good, if not better. This movie's just fantastic. And to be honest, if you do have Lego Marvel 2, boot it up after you see the movie, because you can play as most of all those characters. And it's just a blast. The movie's just a blast. I really got to say that. I like a lot of animated movies this year. You know, Grinch and Wreck-It Ralph 2 and this one. There's a few more. But I think this was probably my favorite, not just because it's Marvel, but because it had such great action, such great comedy, and everything came together. It was just a fantastic movie. So if you have not seen it yet, please see Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, because I'm going to give it an A+. One of the best Marvel movies of all time. Happens to also be the best animated Marvel movie of all time. So guys, thank you very much for watching, and I should have another movie review very soon, and hope you like the hat, and stay tuned for more awesome content. Subscribe if you're not, and also follow me on Twitter at FranchiseFanatic. And also, when you do subscribe, hit the bell icon, because then you can get notified of all the cool tributes and gaming videos and reviews and all that cool stuff. So thank you guys extremely for watching. We're gonna roll with it. Extremely for watching, and we will see you all in the next video.